Hyun Suk lived a quiet life in a semi-basement apartment in North Korea with his father. They owned a small convenience store, and though Hyun Suk often helped with the daily grind, his true passion lay in drawing. He had a distinctive art style and a unique signature seamlessly blended into his pieces, making his work one of a kind. His world revolved around the sketches in his notebook, often drawn in stolen moments at the counter. But one fateful night, a spark from a faulty electrical wire turned his world upside down. The fire engulfed their store and took his father's life, leaving Hyun Suk an orphan. Struggling to survive in a country riddled with restrictions, Hyun Suk worked part-time at another convenience store, still drawing whenever he had the chance. One day, he heard about a man who smuggled people to South Korea for a price. Determined to find freedom, Hyun Suk began saving every penny he earned. After a year of odd jobs and sleepless nights, he finally accumulated enough money and set off on a perilous journey to the south. Bribing officials, dodging patrols, and navigating rough waters, Hyun Suk finally reached the shores of South Korea at sunrise, a moment that symbolized a new beginning. Despite reaching South Korea, Hyun Suk's freedom was short-lived. Authorities placed him under probation for 3 months to verify his background, suspecting him of being a spy. Even after his release, he was monitored closely, his every move shadowed by suspicion. Hyun Suk took up part-time jobs and worked tirelessly to rebuild his life. During this time, he learned about a prestigious art university in Seoul. If he could get admitted, it would be his chance to pursue his dreams. Driven by hope, he began studying alongside his part-time work. One day, while drawing at the store during a lull, a regular customer, Lee Woo-ju, noticed his art. A law student from a wealthy and influential political family, Woo-ju was captivated by his talent and determination. Her cheerful conversations became a beacon of light in Hyun Suk's otherwise grim life. To him, she was like the sunrise he had longed for, a symbol of hope. One evening, a man named Ha Do-young, an art professor, walked into the store. Struck by Hyun Suk's unique art style, Do-young began visiting regularly to observe his work. Eventually, he offered to sponsor Hyun Suk's education at Seoul University's art program. Hyun Suk, though skeptical, accepted, grateful for the opportunity. Hyun Suk excelled at Seoul University, his unique art style garnering admiration from students and professors alike. During his time there, he created 12 masterpieces that embodied his struggles, dreams, and resilience. However, the demands of university life caused him to lose touch with Woo-ju, though her memory stayed etched in his heart. Upon graduation, Hyun Suk discovered a shocking truth. Ha Do-young, now a celebrated artist, had stolen his 12 masterpieces, passing them off as his own. The betrayal shattered Hyun Suk. When confronted, Do-young dismissed him, saying, "No one will believe a professor stole from a mere student." Heartbroken and disillusioned, Hyun Suk destroyed all traces of his previous life and disappeared to Busan. For 2 years, he lived as an anonymous street artist, sketching portraits for passers-by to make ends meet. In the art world, Do-young's fame began to wane. Stephen Miller, an art critic from the USA, noticed a lack of authenticity in Do-young's new works. Intrigued, Stephen came to Korea to investigate. One day, he stumbled upon Hyun Suk drawing on a busy street. Recognizing the signature style embedded in the art, Stephen confronted him. Though Hyun Suk initially refused to engage, Stephen's persistence led him to uncover the truth about Do-young's betrayal. Unable to act alone in Korea, Stephen sought help from a determined prosecutor who valued justice above all else, Lee Woo-ju. Upon hearing Stephen's story, Woo-ju demanded to meet Hyun Suk. When they reunited, Woo-ju slapped Hyun Suk, tears streaming down her face. "How could you disappear like that? I thought we were friends. Did you think I'd betray you too?" Hyun Suk, overwhelmed with guilt, explained, "I didn't want to burden you. Do-young's betrayal broke me. He was like a brother to me, and I couldn't face anyone after what happened." Moved by his pain, Woo-ju vowed to bring Do-young to justice. After months of investigation, Woo-ju gathered enough evidence to expose Do-young's theft. The trial was highly publicized, and Doyoung was convicted of fraud and ordered to return all earnings from Hyun-suk's masterpieces. Hyun-suk's name was finally recognized in the art world, and his work received the acclaim it deserved. Woo-ju, ever his beacon of light, encouraged him to embrace his talent and move forward. Years later, Hyun-suk and Woo-ju stood together at his first major art exhibit. As they gazed at his new collection, Hyun-suk turned to Woo-ju and said, "You were my sunrise when my world was dark. I don't want to lose you again." With a smile, Woo-ju replied, "Then don't." Under the warm glow of the gallery lights, they began a new chapter together, one filled with love, justice, and the art of healing.